Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is John Adams. It's good to see you today. We have a very special one for you today. We are going to be doing a studio tour and a little bit of a studio upgrade. I think it's going to be fun. Let's jump into it. Now, I've been doing YouTube for a few years now, and it has been such a huge blast. I have loved every minute of it. I have been doing video production for about 15 to 20 years. So I've got a company where I do a lot of videos for people, but I also am a full-time pastor, and I have this YouTube channel, so I've got a lot of stuff going on. I have held it all together, and that's great. And part of me holding it all together is actually figuring out the most efficient way possible to make videos, and I really feel like I've done it. I've figured out the way to make it super efficient, super fast, so that I can do all these different things in life and take care of my family. Portion of today's video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. Thanks, FlexiSpot. Appreciate it. More on them in a second. All right, so the first thing we need to talk about is my lighting setup. I use a massive Light Dome 2 softbox. It's humongous, and which is good because then when I'm doing anything on my desk, it actually can make it all lit up. The actual light I've got is the Amaran 100D. I love those lights. And then right next to me, I have the Amaran 60D, which is awesome because it's battery powered. And for me, having it battery powered, when I do my videos inside my house, I like to move around a lot. Well, it's really great when I don't have a light that's connected to the wall. I can just move it around. You might be hearing something in the background, and that's this, my air conditioning unit. If you don't know this, I am in Florida. Florida garages are very hot. Yeah, I probably should have said that, right? This is my lovely garage, okay? We are very professional here at John Adams Tech, okay? Very, very professional. We are in a very warm garage.
Am I a hero? I really can't say, but yes.
So if you've seen on my channel, I do a 4-camera setup now, and so I've got the A7C. Hey, I don't know how I forgot to mention this while filming, but my main camera that I film most of my stuff on is the A7 IV. It's amazing for switching from photography to videography really, really fast. If you're gonna be a one-person crew, the A7 IV rules. So that's my main camera. That goes up here on an overhead rig, which I love, an overhead rig. So that's the A7C with the Sigma 24-70. And then I've got the FX30 with the 24, well, it's a 16 mil, works out to 24 mil as a side cam. And then I also have an A6600 with a 50 mil, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll set that up as a camera that's behind me, kind of looking down on stuff. That way it just kind of keeps things engaging. When I talked about kind of doing my videos as efficiently as possible, one of the things that I did was figure out how to make a video through OBS and doing kind of live switching. And when you're talking about YouTube, I mean, efficiency is everything on YouTube, because the more content you pump out, the more you can feed the beast, the more it's gonna push it out to a broader audience. This past month, I started a new job as a lead pastor at a church. And so all my videos, they're multi-camera angles. And so what I'm trying to do is to do the least amount of B-roll possible while still making an engaging video. It just makes things really efficient and really quick. And I haven't noticed my retention graphs changing all that much. So man, if you are out there, you might want to try it. Let me show you that a little bit more. So this is the back of my desk. Now what this is down here, I have a capture card going into a PC down here. I don't know if you can even see it. Let's see if we can crank that. So I've got all these different HDMIs. These are all running out to different cameras that are set up around my table, and I run those cameras into that capture card through OBS. So let's say I have the A7C right there kind of going. What I'll end up doing is I'll use my computer and I'll go into OBS, and then while I'm actually filming, I'll hit my different cameras right here. So doing that live switching method, it's kind of made it the fastest for me. I have just recently hired an editor. Jeremy will probably be editing this video. Jeremy, if you want to wave hi, go ahead and wave hi to the people. Now when it comes to audio, I have the MKE 600 shotgun mic that I really like to use. The reason I like this mic is because it's not really in the way, and it's a little bit different. Like I do have an SM7B somewhere, and everybody uses that mic. I don't really find that mic to be all that appealing anymore because of how many people use it. So this shotgun mic I really like. It is very clear. I think it actually sounds better than the SM7B. That's just personal opinion. It's not as good as kind of killing out all the extra outside noise, but that's totally fine. And then I also have the DJI Mic 2s that I use for different talking head videos like this, where I kind of want to be moving around a little bit more. Makes it a lot easier. Check, check, check. So let's talk about where I edit my videos. So here I have my M3 Max MacBook Pro. That's what I do all my editing on. Typically I use DaVinci Resolve. Sometimes if I need to be like lightning fast, I'll use Final Cut, but I like having DaVinci. It's just a little bit more advanced. And for any thumbnails and stuff, I'll use Luminar AI to kind of like boost all the colors. And then I will use Photoshop to add text and all that kind of stuff. Over here I have my trusty MX Master 2S mouse. and the Nuffy Air 75. It's my favorite keyboard ever. And as usual, you gotta have a little plant. You always have to have a plant. But the big deal is this desk. Now, like I said, FlexiSpot is sponsoring today's video. This is the FlexiSpot E6 dual motor standing desk. I think the thing I love the most about FlexiSpot and the E6 standing desk is the fact that it has a 15-year warranty. For me, I do put my stuff through a lot of heavy use. I'm very nomadic when I'm working, and so sometimes the desk will be here, sometimes it'll be in another room, and I have the peace of mind that if anything does break with just normal use, they will make sure it's covered for 15 years. These motors on this desk are extremely powerful, and I need that help. Like, I need a desk that I can stand at. I do have quite a few back problems, and so for me, probably every 15 to 20 minutes, I will change from standing to sitting to standing all day. I'll do that back and forth. And for me, that's really helpful. That's like one of the only ways that I've noticed my back pain goes away. I probably should lose some weight. That would really help. That is extremely helpful in kind of figuring out that back pain. And right now, man, we are living in a time where people are so sedentary in their lifestyle. You're going to grow up, get old, and you're going to have a ton of back pain. It is so worth it to buy yourself a good standing desk where you're not going to have that back pain for the rest of your life because you're actually getting up and you're moving. And like I said, I know for me, I like to keep my editing rig kind of light and kind of, you know, not a whole bunch of stuff, but I've also used this with a PC on it. I've had 2 monitors on it. I had all my stuff on it. I had multiple book bags and camera backpacks and tons of camera equipment and audio equipment. It can hold up to 355 pounds. These right here are 345-pound bumper plates. No problem at all. Lifts it like a charm. Nothing wrong at all. This thing can take tons of weight. Say you're a streamer and you have a dual PC setup. This E6 standing desk can take all of that weight, no problem. Another thing I love is using the height adjustment panel because you can have preset heights for your standing position and your sitting position, and that's huge because then I can figure out what is the exact perfect position that I need to be in when I'm standing, which is kind of with your arms just a little bit below kind of parallel. I can do that, and then every single time when I stand up, no matter what, it will always be spot on perfect. The motors in this thing are super smooth and super quiet. Like, you can have coffee on your desk, raise and lower the thing. It's gonna have no problem at all. It's not gonna spill because it's shaking. Even for me, sometimes I will do live streams from here, or I'll do my video calls for work. Those things, they're not shaky. Like, the desk is not shaking while I'm doing a video call. Sometimes if you have a really weak desk and you do a camera on it and the camera's connected to the desk, it's gonna be a very shaky video, but this one is rock solid. Now, the desktop I have here is the bamboo wood grain, and it's beautiful, man. For me, I do a ton of different B-roll shots of different products, and having that wood grain just gives it a nice, bright, beautiful, natural look. Final thing I love about the E6 standing desk is the fact that it has nice big casters. Now, when I roll it around my room, I have really big grout lines at my house. These grout lines, man, they'd shake up anything else, but these casters are big enough that it goes over smooth, no problem. And like I said, I moved this desk all over my house, and so you'll see different shots. If you go out and look at my videos, you'll see different shots of this desk at different parts of my house because that's just what I do. I like to move around. If I feel like a creative slump, I'll move my desk to somewhere else and I'll stay there. And then if I feel a creative slump there, I'll put it up in the standing position or lower it down. It's such a versatile desk. And for me, as somebody who loves to work in a bunch of different places in a bunch of different ways, that sparks my creativity. And so I love the E6 standing desk. So go ahead and check out a link in the description below if you want to check out the E6 from FlexiSpot. It's a fantastic desk. Thank you again, FlexiSpot, for sponsoring today's video. And if you have any questions on anything I talked about in this video, I know it was kind of a lot drinking from a fire hose. If you have any questions on how I produce my videos, how my kind of studio works, please put those in the comments below. I would love to help you out there. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next one.